For me, the challenge in moderation for big platforms, big social media platforms, is like you said, they have to take into account the local context in the hundreds of countries in which they operate. And so that, coupled with the challenges of moderating in dozens of different languages, in a boutique language like Bulgarian, specific to one country, has posed challenges, I know, for Facebook and for the other platforms that are not quite as popular here. So I just wanted to add that I know that there are people here today who have been subject to attempted deplatformings or attacks by people attempting to weaponize the community standards of social media against them. And I know that a lot of you have reached out to the embassy through the team, some of whom are here today. And I want to say that we're grateful that you've reached out to us as a point of contact on this, and we remain actively engaged in working with Facebook, who have been very receptive to this conversation that we've been having. But the embassy is very concerned about this because so much of the important sort of Bulgarian national conversation takes place on Facebook. And I wanted to underscore how concerned we are and how engaged we are in working with you and Facebook and fact-checking partners like AFP and hopefully someday you, to address these issues as they come up. There's no magic wand, I don't think, unfortunately. There will always be bad actors attempting to abuse any community standards or any code of conduct on social media platforms. But we're not going to give up, and we're going to keep this conversation moving forward with our colleagues at Meta. Are very divided and have very low faith in government institutions, have very high rates of COVID infections and very low rates of COVID vaccinations. So I think those are two of many lines of effort, obviously, but those are the two that I think that we should all be the most concerned about, because they take advantage of sort of underlying vulnerabilities to disinformation that are present in many of our societies, including the United States to a great extent. And those are the two most sort of, I think, dangerous lines of effort of the disinformation actors that we're talking about today. I don't know if anyone's ever seen the embassy Facebook page, but we have a similar issue, to put it mildly. I think we may be unique among many people here in that part of my job is to moderate our comments section, and I have to do it in line with government rules that are actually very specific, which you can also read about on our Facebook page. But I will say that for us, and I think for many businesses here in Bulgaria, it's a question of capacity. I could have a person full-time just moderating our comments section some days, and it would not be enough. And I'll tell you a secret, I do not have a full-time person that can moderate our comments section on Facebook. I think you walk a fine line in moderating that, or at least we walk a very fine line in moderating that, our comments section, in trying to not censor differing points of view while still removing content that is quite obvious, just attempts at trolling, off topic, or outright dangerous sort of disinformation. And for us, and I think for many people in the Bulgarian social media space, you want to maintain your transparency and maintain your tolerance for the full spectrum of views. But again, we're facing a sort of onslaught, right, of people with unlimited resources and time, which we do not have. And so that represents one of actually our biggest challenges at the embassy.